Oh, hi there. My name's Aaron Dismuke. Good times.
All right. Welcome back. You know, we've got another guest on the line. I know I keep saying that, but we do. So, would you like to introduce yourself, my man?
Hello, I am Aaron Dismuke. I play Alphonse Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, Leonardo Watch in Blockade Battlefront 12, and Terra in Resonance, and there's other stuff. I also am one of the script adaptation writers for Fairy Tail and Tokyo Ghoul, and I recently started assistant directing for Fairy Tail.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, I've got to ask.
Yeah, it is awesome. No.
Modesty
It's
is a
exciting,
virtue
it's
too.
lucky.
All right. So, you got to tell me, my man, why are you here this weekend? What's up?
I got invited. I don't know. And I mean, it's a cool city. Like I was pretty excited for this con. Been doing a lot in Florida, so it's nice to be like on the opposite side of the country. I think this one's better. I've decided.
Good call. You heard it. Aaron said it. All right. And then I got to ask, when you first started in the voice acting industry, did you ever envision this level of success?
No, I thought it would be like a fun thing that I did after school because I was 9 years old. And my cousin Justin, he was directing a show called Fruits Basket, and he knew that I was a good reader. Normally they use women for that kind of thing, and he decided to try and use an actual boy. They didn't have any other kid actors at the time, so I was the first one, and yeah, I did all right because it was this like one part of this boy like whipping another boy and telling him he's a freak and no one would ever love him, and I was a mean kid, I was a bully, so it worked out. Like I was like, I got this, and he was like, yes you do, nailed it. And then I just went off from there and I got to audition for other stuff.
Nice.
I wasn't really a bully. Bullying is wrong. Please bully.
Bullying is wrong. All right, so I've got to ask, why do they usually not use children? I read your Wikipedia page and it's very explicitly explained why.
Yeah.
But is it the voice matching acting organically, or is there a specific reason? I mean, what were you bringing to the table that kids typically they weren't making happen?
Well, I was a really prolific reader because I was grounded a lot. Refer to bullying. I'm just no. I was grounded a lot, and so I was reading like Lord of the Rings in 3rd grade. Not understanding everything, but still, I was giving it a go, and so I was able to. I think most kids, whenever they're voice acting, they sound like they're reading. Whenever they read, they sound like they're like. Then he got up and and so I was able to, at the very least, make it sound like I was not reading, and then from there the director could just like have me parrot something. So they'd be like, a lot of it was Mike McFarlane, the director with FMA, for example. Like, he'd be like, say it like, brother, please don't go. And then I'd be like, brother, please don't go. Like I could say it exactly like I just heard it. It was honestly, I was just a good parrot. Like that is what I brought to the table.
I love it.
Then I slowly learned how to act from that.
Speaking of Fullmetal Alchemist, so we know that with Brotherhood, someone else had to take the role. Your voice had changed, the tone.
Yeah.
Octave. How was that for you? I know that a lot of folks say that some of their early roles or some of their most prolific roles are part of their identity, because it's like you take that as part of you, that role even.
Yeah. I think Maxie did an excellent job, first of all. I heard I heard myself whenever I went in, they auditioned me for Al and Brotherhood, and I was already like 17 by that point, whereas I started it when I was 11. And I remember trying to voice match myself and then being like, I don't sound like me at all. And then whenever I watched it, she sounded pretty much like me. It's a very impressive job, actually. But yeah, that said, like I was also really excited to find out that I've never felt replaced in terms of like to the fans. They're always like, I don't know. I'll always be Alphonse to a lot of people, and I really appreciate that. It means a lot. It's cool.
I heard you did young Hohenheim though.
Yeah.
So they did bring you back. They had you in a still youthful style.
Yeah, it was a little cameo of sorts, I guess.
Fan service.
I played my own father. It was also kind of a weird like meta thing.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, I enjoyed being part of that backstory. I thought it was cool. Hohenheim has always been the most. He's not necessarily my favorite character, just because there's so many funny characters in Fullmetal. But he is my favorite plot point in the show, in both versions of it. Actually, like I think he's just a really fascinating character and does a lot for it.
What impact do your fans have on where you've taken your career and where you see it going?
Well, first of all, none of what we do would happen. You know, it's sort of a cliche to say, but literally none of what we do would be done if we didn't have the fans. Like, buying it, supporting it, coming to cons, etc. Also, getting to come to cons, like, from an early age was such a, like, self-esteem boost. Like, I cannot express how important that was growing up. Like, how cool it felt to know, okay, yeah, things are kind of lame now, you know? I didn't know where to sit at lunch today. You know, I was a freshman in high school. I didn't know where to sit at lunch today, but next weekend I'm going to Las Vegas and I'm going to do an anime convention.
Hundreds of
and
people
everyone
cheer for
there
you.
wants to sit with me, you know?
Yep.
And it felt awesome. It was cool.
What's one of the easier roles that you've seemed into? Like I always hear about, I think Christopher Corey Smith mentioned once that, you know, he does the voice of Rufus in Street Fighter 4. And he mentioned that one was more guttural. It wasn't from the diaphragm. It was, he said it was very throaty, very guttural. Was there ever a role that took less effort? It just kind of seemed like it was built for you almost?
Yeah. Okay, first one was Hero in Fruits Basket. That was the second character I got to be in Fruits Basket. He was just a really bratty, sassy kid, and that's what I was. And so it was just like, this is how I'd say that. These are clever insults. I like them. I'm gonna deliver. You know, it was cool.
You.
Yeah. Same with Lucifer and Devil's a Part-Timer. He's just a little NEET who spends most of his time on a computer or saying something sassy to someone, and that's pretty much me. Only difference is I have to leave the house to act sometimes, you know? On the hard end, like, the harder new voice that I've done was Vaughn in Escaflowne. We're redubbing that, and that voice was drastically, I guess, just stronger than any character that I've been. Most of my characters are, I don't know, they're of a certain type, like the slender, androgynous type boy, and he's still slender and looks androgynous, but his attitude is very powerful. He's kingly, in a way that like Arslan wasn't. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Is there any dream role? So this is the way I like to set this question up. If you were to die tomorrow, what's the role that you'd want to have done? There's a role, like, do you want to be, say, a character in a fighting game, or you know, a JRPG hero? I mean, you know, everyone's got that.
Yeah,
role.
I think an RPG would be the dream. Like, honestly, one of the Fallout games. I would love to be a character in a Fallout game. I think that those are so cool, and I love the idea of going through. Or there's a game I played called Firewatch recently, and the way that it works is you're building this relationship with this other person through your dialogue choices, and they affect the next set of choices. And I think it would be so cool to go through an entire story and learning, like doing it every single way. It's like Groundhog's Day of acting with video games, because you're learning what it's like if they do this choice, what it's like if they do this choice, what it's like for you if they do this choice. And I feel like that would really color the emotional, like having a happy ending right after recording the sad ending would be so much happier because of the contrast, and vice versa.
For sure.
I'd love to do something like that.
So since you mentioned Fallout, I'm going to ask this question next. Are you a gamer? Do you play some video games?
I play League. I play. Okay, well, yeah, Firewatch. The Flame and the Flood is a recent game I started to play. I like roguelites, like Faster Than Light. Those are really fun. Fallout, obviously. Total War games. Yeah, very into it.
Nice. Now, I don't know. I didn't see any list of if you had done any voices in video games besides Alphonse, which I'm not a big fan of. But the first time you heard your voice, like let's say you watched an episode of Fullmetal Alchemist or Fruits Basket, tell me, go through it. Tell me, what was it like when you were watching TV and that was you? You started talking.
At first it was exciting, and then it was like, oh god, why did I deliver it like that? I could not pick it apart.
Oh no.
It was really funny, and it's it's not something that like ruins a show for me, but still, like I can't not criticize it and be like, what are you thinking there? Oh well.
So you wanted to call for your mulligan right about then?
Yeah, on a few lines, like, but then there's also moments where you're like, that was pretty good. Way to go,
I did
kid.
all right. Yeah. There we go.
It's really funny watching it now because it's been so long, and I feel like hopefully I've improved. And so coming in, and nowadays whenever I see like I do something good back in FMA, I'm like, nice one, Mike. Like I just assumed the director fed me that. I'm like, good on you.
Do you have any projects on the horizon? Anything you're working about you can disclose? Now I know there's a lot of rules, about what you guys can and cannot talk about.
Terror and Resonance and Escaflowne and Blockade Battlefront are the most recent. They've all been announced, and they are all, everything but Escaflowne is on the streaming service, but none of them are on DVD yet. So yeah, those are good shows to check out.
In say 5 years, what do you hope to have accomplished? Is there anything you want to move out and do, like more video games?
Yes.
Do you want to play around with motion capture? Do you want to get in a fighting game? I mean, like, is there
motion capture would be really cool. I've seen some of that. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I want to get the little sensors on me.
Oh yeah, I was watching the video of the Uncharted 4 when they're all doing it. You've got Nolan North and Troy Baker, and I was just dying. And they're like climbing up fake rocks and stuff.
Yeah, I saw him do a scene from The Last of Us. No, is it the one with the old guy and the girl?
That's The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, yeah. It was him and the voice actress from that, and they were doing this like dramatic scene, and it showed them instead. And I was like, whoa, that looks so much harder than voice acting.
Oh yeah. So speaking of motion capture, when you're getting into character, you're doing your lines. Is there anything you have to do? Is there movement? Now I've heard that there's a mic in there, and you can't hit the mic, or the engineer's going to come for you. So how do you guys do it? Like.
I used to, there's a bowl with Alphonse, and I used to fidget around a lot, and sometimes I'd kick the bowl and it would hit the mic, and it'd be, it wasn't good.
that was a bad day?
Yeah. I did it a few times.
Oh no.
It wasn't just a day. But as far as setup, I think mostly what we have for setup, like I get into the zone by singing as I come. As I'm on my way, I'll play some music and I'll sing along to it just to get my voice stretched or something. And then once I'm there, we get to watch it. The director explains who you are and what your situation is, and then we watch the Japanese do it. And I think that's the biggest setup is seeing how somebody else delivered the line. That's our cheat card, Definitely like the best actors figure out the timing that they need there, and also the inflection and like what the original did with the character.
Are there any conventions you're scheduled to appear in the next 6 months or so? Anything for anyone who couldn't be here today they should know about?
Going to AggieCon, Anime Fan Festival, New Jersey, and NebraskaCon.
Just heading back east. Cool.
Yeah.
Where can they follow you? What's your Twitter handle?
Oh, I don't have a Twitter, but you can add me on Facebook. I'm Aaron Dismuke.
Nice. Okay. No Twitter?
No, I need to get one.
It's easy. It's free.
No, I do have one. I made it. I think it's Aaron _Dismuke on Twitter.
We'll look it up. All our phones are off right now because we're in an interview, but we'll find out. We'll make sure. We'll look into it. We'll follow up on this. All right. Hey, it's been a pleasure speaking. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I know you're busy. You probably need to take a nap by now.
Not at all. Thank you.
Thank you, my man.
Cheers.